5:30 right here on Sactown Sports, Cattles, and Rami. All right, so we've been talking about De'Aaron Fox and how big of a season this is for him, right? He's got to prove that he could be a number one guy. And when I was watching him play on Sunday night, you saw some of that. The play that I put out there on the video, right? The little video that I put out there of Fox defending Dame, and then that led into a three at Nick C Radio. You can check out that tweet. And I put it out there to say this is Fox, the ceiling of Fox. And if Kings fans and the Kings get that kind of effort and that kind of play from De'Aaron this year, they are going to be very happy. But we always look at it from the team point of view, right? We always look at it as if to say, hey, Fox has to prove that he's a number one. What if he proves that he's a number one, but the team fails? What if Fox goes out there and does everything that he can do and proves to the world that he is a true number one guy on a team? I was thinking of this when I saw our friend Jason Anderson of the Sacramento Bee tweet out about this conversation he had with Fox about requesting a trade. And Fox said that he had never really contemplated requesting a trade. What happens, Rami, if Fox becomes that true legitimate number one? However, the team still does not play good enough basketball, so they fail. And then Fox says, I've had enough, and asks for a trade. Aside from an injury, is that one of the worst possible scenarios to play out for this franchise?
Is that even possible? Not to shoot down your whole premise here, but is that even possible? Because I think that, and so much would have to go wrong around De'Aaron Fox. And call me crazy. I kind of know what to expect from Keegan Murray, even as a rookie. Like, I feel like I know what to expect from Domas Sabonis. Like, so many guys around him would have to fall flat on their face, or injuries, or we just find out that Mike Brown is like a fraud of a coach. I can't foresee it happening, but if that were to somehow go down.
So you think all of that stuff needs to happen for them not to make the play-in?
If De'Aaron Fox makes the jump that you're talking about, like night in, night out, shows you that high level of play that makes you think, yeah, this guy can be a number one player on a championship level basketball team. I think if that domino falls, if of De'Aaron Fox being that good, so much else would have to go wrong around him for them to not at least be a play-in team, if not a playoff team, quite frankly. But if he does play at that level and somehow it doesn't go, and somehow it doesn't work out, big picture doesn't work out, and he requests a trade, I mean, yeah, that would be a pretty tough spot for the Kings to be in. No,
it's not great, because I don't know the value of Fox out there in the market. I have to believe that it's not as great as some people think that it is. Now, maybe that market would change if he did play like a true number one. I'm saying a number one on this team. I'm not saying a true number one on a championship team, because I think a true number one on a championship team is a top 5 to 10 player in the NBA. I don't anticipate Fox getting to that level. Could you sell me on Fox becoming a top 25 player to 30 player in the league? Sure, you could sell me on that. But I don't know if we could ever say that, oh, he is the alpha of a championship team, because, again, that falls on usually the top 5 to 10 guys. But if he proves that he's a number one guy, which is, again, that consistency night in and night out on both ends of the floor, hopefully he's proving that, and you still only win 34 games, 35 games, and you miss the play-in, which I think is possible. I think it's possible even if Fox plays like a number one. The Western Conference is very, very deep. I think it's possible that Fox could play better and look like that guy, and you still walk away with 35 wins and then just miss the play-in tournament. If that happens,
that'd be real disappointing, man.
If that happens and then Fox turns around and says, you know what, I'm done, right? Like, I played, everybody was asking if I could be that number one guy. I proved to you that I could be that number one guy night in and night out. We still missed the play-in. I'm tired of it. That could be a nightmare scenario, because I don't know if you're – first of all, if he requested a trade, that would be a very tough situation to deal with, as we've seen in the league, because that takes away a lot of your leverage in most instances. Secondly, that team that trades for Fox, if you do end up shipping him somewhere, is going to get better with Fox, which means you're not going to get top 5, top 7 draft picks, right? And I also think it would be a huge, huge shot to the already damaged reputation of this organization. that guy who was with you through thick and thin finally had enough and asked out.
Yeah.
That would be rough.
I think if that happened, Kings fans would agree with Colin Cowherd and be like, yeah, you know what? Just go ahead and move him on. This thing ain't never going to work here. It's never going to happen.
It's a fascinating scenario to kind of think of. And I was just thinking about that as I was reading his comments to Jason Anderson, like, what if he did request a trade after the season and he ended up actually playing well? Like, what would the team do then? I would say at least you've got a building block in Keegan. At least you have a building block in Davion Mitchell. But you would also have to imagine that if Fox asks out, that would not be good for Domas's future.
No.
So the domino effect would be huge. So let's hope. Let's hope this team is competitive, and let's hope that De'Aaron Fox plays like that number one and has reason to want to stay here because the team, takes a jump with Coach Mike Brown. 916-339-1140 is the text line. You can also give us a call. Don't forget, youtube.com, Sactown Sports 1140. Thumbs up button for us. You can also subscribe and help us out, get notifications from the brand, but also, obviously, more subscribers means more eyeballs, which means more content, which means more of everything, which is a good thing. Mark Jones sabotaged a superstar's controversial retweet, and a lot more coming up.
It's Cattles. It's Rami. Sactown Sports 1140.